If your ex is in her 50s, perhaps the reason she broke up with you was because she is going through menopause. And I've made this slide deck because I've seen a lot of cases recently with my clients where there's a clear correlation between their story, between the change in their ex's behavior, in the way they see the relationship, that could explain why they broke up with their partner, why menopause was a catalyst for them to break up with their spouse. I'll explain everything after the jingle.
IGetMyExBack.com. Everyone deserves a second chance.
So, what's going on? Menopause, and we're going to cover menopause and perimenopause, which is the cycle before, but women tend to feel the same or to go through the same symptoms. Menopause is usually 12 months after the period, between 45 and 55 years old. It's usually 7 years long. And it's basically a loss of estrogen and testosterone in their body. I mean, the result of menopause. And so the body begins to change. They use energy differently. Fat cells change. That's why sometimes women will gain weight more easily. And they experience a lot of changes in their body, in the bones, in their heart health. Okay, so that's basically what's happening in their body. And yes, there is a clear correlation. If you look at how from the body changes to how women will sort of act and behave, yes, there's a change and there's a clear correlation between breakups and menopause. Because when you look at, and I spent like a lot of time reading articles and studies about menopause, you find 4 things that usually menopause creates in relationships: the increase in disputes, the lack of understanding, the reduce in physical intimacy, and poor communication. These are actually, if you don't talk about menopause, but if I had to list 4 things that will make a relationship fail, you list those things. And so in this video, because it's kind of I don't know if it's a taboo topic or if it's a controversial topic or if it's undisclosed topic, but I'd be very interested to have your view. Let me know in the comment section if you relate to the findings that I'm going to share in this slide, and if you also find it very helpful in your case. So it creates a lot of impact on their mental health, anxiety, depression, trouble remembering things, mood swings, loss of concentration. The problem is they are going through this phase, and very often women don't necessarily appreciate, because it's quite new and it's quite subtle, that these things could be down to menopause. And they would sometimes think that it's because of you. So they feel depressed, it's because of you. They feel anxious, it's because of you. The mood swings, because of you, because you've done this. But it's not something you've done, out of nowhere. Maybe there's a habit, there's a hobby that you have that they hate. Now, you've been, playing golf every Sunday for 20 years, but this Sunday is different. This Sunday she doesn't want you to go golfing for some reason, and you have been golfing for 20 years. So it's just also how this phase in their life made them react differently to different situations and to the same situations as well. There's also strong impact on sex, and that's physiological, because the drop in blood will affect vaginal lubrication, and therefore for some women it's painful to have sex, and they would withhold sex more than before. But also, and it depends, you have 2 cases, there's also a sense of liberation. Some women, despite the fact that they have this a lubrication problem in their vagina, they feel freer because unconsciously they don't have the weight of getting pregnant. And you see a lot of women, that's what happened with my clients' exes, is that they felt like they have a new life, a new body, and they wanted to have more sex, more discovery, because they felt freer. Okay, and this is very important for you to assess whether she's more withholding sex or more going towards like having more sex or discovering more things or trying new things, not necessarily with other partners, but perhaps with you. But one thing is sure is like the sex is different. Now there's the impact on you. And so the thing is, menopause is usually coincide with another life transition. Kids leaving the house, a new career, a new job. Perhaps her parents are ill and she has to take care of them. And so the above things, these life transition, if you combine them with the menopause and the symptoms and the new way they deal with things, that's what makes the relationship feel strained. That's why it's really hard to maintain a relationship. And that creates that trigger for change. Their body is changing. The way they feel is changing. The way they see you is changing. Their work life is changing. The kids, the relationship to the kids are changing. And they feel like, okay, this is my new life. This is a new chapter. I want to escape this old life. Everything remembers me of this old life. I don't like this image anymore. I'm free now. And I want to escape this life. The problem is they feel this new life, you belong to this new life, to this old life. And I don't want this. I want this new, shiny new life. I change and you don't. And so you're associated with their old life, with their old self. And if they left already, and if you're watching this video post-breakup, let them go. Let them go because they need to experience new things. I'm not talking about cheating on you, but if they want to go out, if they want to travel, if they want to hang out with their friends who are going through the same situation, let them experience things. Because it's a phase. It's a phase and it's temporary. And I see that every single time. It's very violent. There's a shock because you don't see it coming. Your spouse was loving, caring, empathetic, everything, the perfect wife. And one day she rebels in a way. She feels, I want to be free. I want to experience new things. And you're part of the past and I don't want you anymore. And so they go and have this life crisis. Let them have this life crisis. It's a phase, but you need to do something, however. There are probably a lot of uncovered resentments. The fact that she felt unpresent, for example. I've done this forever. I've took care of the kids. I took care of the house for 20 years. And I deserve my time now. I deserve it. I need to, there's been some payoff after what I've been through. So it's important for you to do a proper assessment rather than thinking she's crazy, it's because of her hormones, she's going to get back. No. Really reflect on things that you potentially screwed up, the communication aspect, things that you could be doing, and take action. She's ringing the bell. She might not be feeling because she might be saying like, no, it's over. I don't want this anymore. I know what I want. I'm done. She'll come back, don't worry, take action, open this new chapter. Make sure that you position yourself in this chapter. Mirror her behavior. If he feels like, I don't know, maybe she used to be a workaholic and now she's more like working for charity and spending more her time helping others, do the same. If she's, learning a new sport, getting more active, do the same, because he feels like I'm growing, I'm moving forward. He's not. He's waiting for me at the train station. I'm already on board. And I don't want to be with someone who's lazy. I don't want to be with someone who, doesn't want to be free. You can be free together. The terms of the new relationship will have to change, obviously, but it's not uncommon to see terms of relationship evolving. It's like any sort of organization in a way. Or society, it needs to evolve. Laws evolve with time. The terms of a contract, even countries, we have laws and governing bodies and so on and so forth. They evolve. it doesn't have to be rigid. So it's about finding ways to negotiate new terms, to position yourself in a way that, yes, you could be part of that change. Now, the thing is also, when women are going through this phase of this releasing phase, this excitement phase that go with menopause, there's also a lot of fear. There's a fear of ending up alone, there's a fear of finding the wrong person, the fear of making the wrong decision. And at some stage, that's why I think she'll come back. At some stage, if you do the right things and have the right attitude, she'll feel safe getting back with you, reassured. It's just that you also have to challenge yourself a little bit to create something new and something that will be in line with her new value, with her how she sees life. If you have any questions, if you want to open a debate on this topic, please don't hesitate to leave your comments in the below this video. I might do other videos on this because I think it's quite a big topic, at least for my clients. Take care. Bye-bye.
For a long time. Get up, nah, I ain't a quitter. Toss me the ball, I'm a really big hitter. Big picture, I'm a straight killer.